Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Romanowski and I'm pleased to be giving my presentation on increasing the availability and knowledge of nutritious foods amongst low-income families and children. I also want to give a special welcome to Naomi Goldstein, who is the Director of the Office of Planning, Research, and Evaluation for the Administration for Children and Families. Quick overview of what my presentation will entail, and I will start with some background history about children's nutrition and the importance of it, and especially children's nutrition in low-income communities. I will then explain why I chose the South Bronx Head Start program to have my program initiated, and then the budget, and then the final conclusion. It is very difficult for members in low-income communities to get proper nutrition, and this is because they have limited access to healthy foods, and they are exposed more to fast food chains and stores that do not have sufficient produce and healthy foods. Also, a major problem for people with low income is they cannot afford healthy foods. It is too expensive for them. Food insecurity is a major problem for members in low-income communities. This is a chart by USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, and it shows how many Americans and children are food insecure. Both children and adults were food insecure in 8% of households in 2016. That is 3.1 million households. Another startling revelation from this chart is that 0.8% of households with children, that's about 298,000 households, one or more child experienced reduced food intake and disrupted eating patterns at some time during the year. This is another graph that is provided from the United States Department of Agriculture. It shows the types of foods that low-income community members are more likely to purchase due to the cost. As you can see, items such as fruits, vegetables, they're in the negative. So what low-income individuals are more likely to purchase is not nutritionally valuable food, and that's because they do not have the means to purchase it. Poor nutrition is more than just physical characteristics such as being overweight. Poor nutrition has severe consequences on the mental development of children. And poor nutrition can lead to multiple issues cognitively for children, such as behavior problems due to high sugar intakes and the crashes that result from them. And they can also suffer psychological disorders like anxiety, ADHD, or learning disabilities. And a lot of times the children do not have the proper nutrients. They get sick because they don't have the vitamins and things that their bodies needs to fight off illnesses. This figure shows how certain micronutrients that are found in foods impact the mental development of children and their brains. So when children do not have certain micronutrients, that they have a deficiency in how their brain develops. For instance, if a child does not get enough DHA, they have a short memory span and they are more hostile and aggressive and could possibly lead to dyslexia. It's important that children are given the foods that are healthy and nutritious enough so they reach their full mental capacity and shouldn't have their futures compromised because they weren't given the proper foods when they were younger. The United States Department of Agriculture states that nutrition is crucial for mental health for children and their development. It's so important to feed children healthy foods because it aids in their cognitive and motor development. vitamins and minerals are crucial for the brain and the body to stay healthy. So children are healthy enough to partake in learning and necessary activities that shape them as a young child. And it's important that children get the proper nutrition so they have motivation and energy and have the ability to have problem solving skills. If a child's lethargic and tired, they cannot have the energy to learn and to grow. And then also a very important aspect of proper nutrition for children is emotional stability. Children often have erratic behaviors if they have too much sugar because of the sugar crash. The Food Research and Action Center measures nutrition's role in children's development by having the school breakfast scorecard. What this scorecard measures is the impact of the school breakfast program nationally and in each state. It's based on a variety of metrics, and it examines the impact of select trends and policies on program participation. Here we have a scorecard of the top 10 states with the ratio of free and reduced price school breakfast to lunch participation rates for the school year 2016 to 2017. West Virginia has the highest rate. It exceeds the Food Research and Action Center's benchmark of reaching 70 low-income students participating in school breakfast for every 100 in school lunch. The next one is New Mexico, who just reaches the BEP mark. But what's disappointing is all the other states that are in the top 10 do not reach the benchmark. From Tufts University's Department of Psychology was about the effect of breakfast composition on cognitive processes in elementary school children. The results showed that the food that the children eat plays a big part in their memory and their cognitive abilities in school. And the study showed that oatmeal, because of nutritional value, was the best breakfast to have for children, and that helped them the most with their questionnaire that they had to fill out. What this study performed by Tufts University entailed was over the course of 4 weeks, and the children each received either cereal, oatmeal, or no breakfast at all, and had to fill out a questionnaire about material that they learned from the week prior. They studied the results based on the food or no breakfast that the children has had and came to their conclusions that way. Week 4, the children had to fill out a diet questionnaire survey. Both these studies are important for me to know and to have researched because they provide feedback and valuable knowledge regarding the impact of breakfast and proper nutrition for children. I will use important lessons learned in both of those studies to formulate my own study. I really want to have a study that analyzes the nutritional impact of proper nutrition on low-income children. My plan is to study the mental health of children aged 4 to 5 enrolled in the South Bronx Head Start program over the course of 1 year. My study would require the participation of 2 sites from the South Bronx Head Start program. Site 1 is where we would provide children with nutritional breakfast and lunches. Site 2 will act as the control group, and they will not receive nutritional breakfast and lunches or changes to their diet. The next important aspect to my plan is to administer tests to children both at Site 1 and Site 2 of the South Bronx Head Start program. These tests will be administered at the beginning of each month throughout the school year. The results from each site will be analyzed to see the cognitive impact of eating nutritious foods. The reason I chose the South Bronx Head Start program is because the Bronx is a food desert. There's very limited healthy food options in this area, and the area is plagued with fast food restaurants, convenience stores, and individuals do not have the means to buy affordable, healthy food. It is the highest rate of hunger in the United States, and that's a major problem. The reason I want to do this study in the South Bronx Head Start program is due to the fact that the Head Start program helps low-income children from birth to the age of 5, and they do great work helping children develop mentally, socially, and emotionally. Children who do not have the financial means provided by their households or their guardians or families. Due to the fact that the Bronx has many children a part of low-income families, the Head Start program is especially important there. These two graphs are from the New York City and State Hunger Report in 2016. As you can see, the Bronx is the borough with the most severe food insecurity problem. 31.46% of New York City residents living in the Bronx live in food insecure households. This number has increased since 2006 to 2008, where it was only 28.93%. What's even more startling is that 19.22% of children from the years 2006 to 2008 lived in food insecure households in New York City. That has increased to 22.44% from the years 2013 to 2015. In order to calculate my budget for my program, I needed to find the average cost of healthy student lunches and healthy student breakfasts. The School Nutrition Association State of School Nutrition 2016 survey helped me find that statistic that average healthy lunches cost $2.44 and healthy student breakfasts typically cost $1.66. Then I needed to find the average group size of children 4 to 5 years old in an early Head Start program. I found, with help from the National Center on Program Management and Fiscal Operations report, that that number is typically 19 children age 4 to 5 are in one early Head Start program. The administration costs of the test are $0, and that was very important of me to have because the teachers can help the students take the test and it can directly be sent to the researchers online. Through math and the fact that there's 180 school days a year, I calculated that the total cost would be $14,022. My intent for this study is to show the nation how vital nutrition is in the cognitive and mental development of children. It's vital also to help children in low-income communities who have less access to health and nutritious food due to circumstances that they have no control over. I want to thank you for listening and hope you share the same sentiment about childhood nutrition as I do.